Alright, welcome everybody. Miss Scarlet.
I am Miss Scarlet Knit, and thank you, dear. And I play Vivian, a newly named Wood Elf Druid. And last time we played, we were on our way back to Nightstone from the Dripping Caves, met the elves, heard some stories about even the elven elders couldn't decipher the ruins on the obelisk. Had a little party to mourn the dead and celebrate the living. A full town party. Moron, the innkeeper, became interim leader of the town. Heard rumors that King Hecaton lost control of the giants. Eventually heard another rumor that he had been kidnapped. His wife was murdered on a secret diplomacy mission with the small ones, aka anything that is not a giant. We met a new friend in Frantisac who came to town looking for lodging. They, Morak and Frantisac, found the hole with the 7 snakes and orcs in it. And that is when Krusk manned up and talked about feelings. And being the hero of the town, Morak told everyone in town that what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. The next morning, town was being rebuilt, and writers were sent to Baldur's Gate to see if any of the ladies' relatives were to come back and take over the town. And he gave us 3 quests, which we were to choose from to do one. 3 families having family in other parts of the world and needed to be told of their demise. Southwell brother in Markham, the sheriff of Brinchander in Icewindale, the Zelbin family's son Maros in the Golden Fields, and Dethar Olger, the owner of the Landshield Coster's ex-wife in Tribor, named Alestra.
She stole half.
Yeah, because that's what all women do. Okay. So as we were talking about what to do, and Francis had pretty much got a boner for going to Icewindale, the earth started shaking, and one very large cloud came over the sky, in an otherwise empty sky. On this cloud was a mage tower with blue wizard hat and gold stars on the top. That was pretty awesome. And told us to come up his stairway to heaven. And so we went. We came to a courtyard and met Cloud Giant Zephyros. And he had been having strange visions. He'd been trying to contact the outer planets, helping the giants to get things right. His magic had made him gone insane a couple times, his visions in particular. And he was going to do so that night to see if he could find out anything about the runes on the obelisks, which had been changing colors. He had nothing to do with the attack at Nightstone, but knows of the giants that did. This is when Gabi introduced herself as Vivian, as she had just gotten her name the night before. He spoke to the group and told them he would take them to one location. So Frantisac's owl went to Mark to tell him that we would be going to bring Shander, and the writers could go tell the other families. It'll take 26 days, or 624 hours.
Oh, he knew the calculations, huh?
And we possibly will stop along the way to get warmer clothes. The tower had 3 floors. We were only allowed to be on the first floor. And Zephyros told us of the ordning and what the pecking order actually was. It's out of balance now. Hecaton had lost control, rumored to be kidnapped, hadn't been not been around since his wife Neri was killed. Um, Hecton would squash the small people if he had a chance, but his wife had a soft spot for them. Now his daughters are fighting for control. Mirren, the eldest, emotional and unfit. Nim, second oldest, cold as ice and unloving. And Sarissa, the youngest and most likable, who Hecton wanted to have control. But now every giant is fighting. His visions, the ruins are an ancient giant language that nobody speaks anymore. The obelisks are all over the land have been taken. And he also recommends running from fire giants. In the other portions of the house, the second floor was his bedroom. On the top floor was a nest of griffins, which Vivian just loved. And after meeting the griffins, Rigby told a tale about a rogue that plummeted to her death after falling off of a griffin, visiting the air cultists' tower of Yansi Bin. And a couple days later, we get some uninvited guests to the courtyard, giant vultures with riders wearing dark armor and bird-like helmets. They introduced themselves as Arameth and Navan with a couple others. One had a bag with a smiling face on it. And they want to talk to Zephyros and nobody else on behalf of Yansi Ben. And that's where we left off.
Vile Zombie. Welcome back there, Vile Zombie. Thanks, man. Yeah, very nice recap. I think I'm going to give you an inspiration for that, so you can give your inspiration to someone, seeing that you already capped and hoarding all of your inspiration at 3.
I just
so
all of the last time we played.
yeah.
Oh my!
No, it was a very good recap, Miss Scarlett.
I'm gonna give it to Matthew. He's the new guy.
All right, so Rathgar, you can add an inspiration up there on your character sheet. On the first page, you'll see the 3 little radial buttons, and you'll just check one of them, and it'll put the yellow star up there. So good job. So I showed you guys the image of the awesome flying tower with the wizard hat. Show you what Zephyros look like again, and also what the cultists look like with their bird head type of helmets, and there are quite a few of these cultists. And I'm going to bring up the map for you guys. So this is where we're at right now.
Fingers crossed the map shows up this week.
The map shows up.
Everything works now. Hey, look at that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. It only took probably about 20 hours of trying to make up my mind, making campaigns, destroying campaigns, reinstalling Fantasy Grounds, deleting everything. Oh my gosh, it was such a train wreck for me this week, getting all of this put back together. But it's still a work in progress. So here we are, guys. The cultists have landed on that cloud platform that surrounds the tower with the mage hat on, and you can see, out of the windows. This is where all of the vultures are located. They're kind of just like pecking at the clouds. I don't know. Maybe the vultures see some type of invisible insect or something crawling through the fluffy clouds. I don't know. But you guys are inside of the main hall on level 1 of Zephyroth's tower, and Zephyroth is in his throne. The cultists have come into the tower, and they actually haven't come in all the way. They're kind of standing at a door. They've requested an audience with the giant here, and that's where we left off. So Zephyroth kind of looks at them, and then he kind of looks down at all of you, and he asks all of you, what do you think? What should Zephyroth do, he says.
I have a question first. What do I know, if anything, about these cultists, or have I heard of this Yansi Ben character?
Give me a. You can give me a history check.
Okay.
Well,
And you guys can place your tokens anywhere you want.
Is that we know the name Yancy Ben, air cultists from the story that Rigby told us about the rogue who died falling off a griffin.
Wow. And guess how we started off the day with rolls, guys? I mean, what do you think, Graven? How do you think we started off?
I'm gonna be positive. And think that tells me all I needed to know right there.
So
Graven knows squat.
the only thing that I will say this, you do know this. This would be common knowledge between everyone. Now, you know, about a year back, and I'm talking a year back in game time, that there was a massive conundrum with the dragons. And this cult of the dragon, they wanted to resummon Tiamat. That was a failure. Then, I'd say, it's probably about a year and a half ago, game time. Then about a year ago, you know that all of these cults, these elemental cults, you know, the Howling Hatred, the Earthen Cult, the Fire Cult, and the Water Cult, they all tried to combine forces for a little bit to take over certain portions of the Sword Coast. That failed as well. So you do know that whatever, and you're actually kind of a little surprised to see that this cult of Howling Hatred is kind of roaming around so freely. You would be kind of wondering that, but you know that they were involved because the tales travel across the land, you know what I mean? And this cult of Howling Hatred was with the other cults about a year back, so they were trying a bunch of stuff that was up to no good, combining with the other cults, trying to combine the powers to summon the major elemental primals of evil, such as Yancy Ben and stuff. Didn't happen though.
I'm gonna ask Zephyros since he's over here. I'm kind of right next to him.
Yes, little friend, little one.
Are you gonna be good, Zephyros? I mean, these people, I don't know if you're familiar with them, but they have a bad reputation across the realms.
Oh. So it's just like the giants then, where some of us are good, and some of us are not so good, I think.
Indeed, it is as you say. Are you going to be alright with it by yourself?
Well, what do you advise me to do, this Prince of Darkness? I think you're a pussycat, actually, but,
I snuggle up to his leg. Well, I mean...
No, that's my relics around your call.
I mean, if they have an ambassador or something, just allow him to come in and confer with you. I think that would be the safest route to take. Lord Zephyros.
well, and he's kind of, he's
It
like
is
a
your
big,
call.
he's like a big cuddly teddy bear. He's just, he's on in years, obviously, and he's very meticulous in what he's saying, and he's really taking his time and in no rush. Obviously, I mean, it's taking you guys, what, 26 days to get to Bryn Shander, so it's not like his cloud isn't a Ferrari or anything, it's sort of like a Yugo. Yeah, exactly.
I walk over up to Nix and say, I agree with you. Let's figure out why they're here and what they want before we do anything.
Why don't you go parlay with...
Hobo-ish.
You have a way with the words, Rigby. Go tell them that our Lord Zephyros will speak with one of them, whoever they deem their leader.
He looks down. Lord, I could get used to the sound of that. And then he just kind of chuckles a little bit.
Master Zephyros, I assume these are people you haven't had relations with before.
No, I've never seen them before.
Okay. Let me go talk with them and see if we can figure out what's going on here. Find out what they want.
Okay. I will take all of your words into consideration. Alright, so I guess you were going to go up and talk to these guys?
Is that a
Amareth and Vaughn? Yeah, it's
that
sort of like
curtain
a...
or
Yeah, it is like a curtain that they're kind of waiting behind.
I say, please come through and announce your name and your desire from Master Zephyros. Send your leader only.
Oh, okay, we're coming in. So, two people come through, and they definitely are the more decorated of all of the cultists that are here, right? And you know, one is basically, well, they're both in robes. One of them's carrying a staff. One of them is kind of got like a walking stick. And as you know, they come in. They both go to one knee, and they introduce themselves as we are Morak. I'm sorry, we are Amaroth and Navon, my good giant lord. We present ourselves in part of our Yansi Bin. He has requested us to come and speak to all of the great cloud giants that roam the realms, and we are in request of an audience. And we would like to have a few words with you, O great powerful giant. Alone, sir. So he's kind of looking at you, Rigby, when he says alone, sir, and then he's kind of glancing around at the others. And
I'm studying. Go ahead.
Oh, that's okay. Go ahead.
I'm kind of studying their mannerisms and accent and everything while they're speaking.
Yeah, they have manners. You know, they're showing respect to Zephyros. And Zephyros, he still sitting in his chair, and he says, "There will be no private audience. I have all of my special guests. They will attend the audience as well. I hope you understand this, O great Navon and Amareth of the cult that worships your Yansi Bin. Please come in. Don't get a cold. I know how you little ones, you are always just endowed with sickness. Please come in and be my guest as well." So, they kind of, these two, Amareth and Navon, they basically motion in the rest of the cultists that are there. And
I'll say it
basically come
seems
in.
you have been invited.
As it seems, and he kind of just gives you this shit-eating grin as he says, as it seems.
One of them shoulder check Rigby as they walk by.
Sure. One of them kind of gives you the old shoulder check as in, hey, how's it going? You know what I mean?
Okay. I'm continuing to study their mannerisms, accent, and anything unusual that they do.
Alright. So as they all come in, and they're all identical, same type of attire, same robes, same, they all have these bird masks on, as you've already seen the picture before. And, yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just went dead silent. I get paranoid on Discord.
Yeah, I'm just.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm just kicking it here beside Zephyros. Yeah, watching these guys somewhat suspiciously.
Yeah. So as they come in, the others they just stand there quietly, They don't have any kind of weapons drawn. They don't seem to be threatening or anything of that nature. And this cultist here, Amaranth, he comes up to about right here in the middle of the floor, and he has a pouch, a small pouch, and he lays it on the ground, and he says, "Oh, strong cloud giant Zephyros, Jan Sebin has given me this gift to give to you, so that maybe we can come to some kind of understanding. So please, accept this gift on behalf of our god, Jan Sebin." And he kind of does another bow, and he steps back, and there's a pouch on the ground, just a small pouch, and he says, "This is a pouch of magical pixie dust. We heard that the cloud giants love magic, so Jan Sebin had gifted us this to give to you. So do what you want with it, good cloud giant." And then he kind of, stands back at a distance, and offers him the pouch, and then he says, "We wish that you would help us, not only you, but the other mighty and powerful cloud giants around the lands, to help Jan Sebin. We would like to return the world to its primordial state, as it was since the dawn of history. And we would like to have your help with that. And Jan Sebin would appreciate that. And we would like for you to consider this and help us achieve this goal. And we hope that you would be interested in helping us." So he kind of, steps back and rejoins the other cultists, Navan and Robes. So what do you guys think when he says this? And the giant, he just, Zephyros, he just kind of, he's got his elbow up on the table, his head down into his hand, and he's kind of thinking,
I kind of turn to Zephyros and I'm like, Zephyros, if you would please allow our two more gifted people who know things like this to inspect that for you. I would ask that you allow Rigby and Nix to look this pouch over before you touch it. And I look back over at the guys, clearly showing that I obviously do not trust them, but I look back at them and I make my disdain actually rather noticeable that I don't trust them.
Yes, the cultist, he looks at you, and Amaranth says, "Go ahead if you see that you have the need to check this gift for the great powerful cloud giant of the manor or the castle here. You may go ahead and check it if you see if it is needed." And he kind of rolls his eyes.
Yeah, Frantisek has a little bit of magical training. Have I ever heard of this magical pixie dust that he's described? Can I do an Arcana check for
Sure,
you?
you can give me an Arcana check, absolutely.
I seen the way these guys kind of laid that bag down and then stood clear of it, as it were, and I'm not at all excited about inspecting it, and I will encourage Draven, by all means, you do inspect it, sir, and I'm visibly inching away from the direction of the
Not so fast, Nix. We need your magical abilities.
I assure you I have no means to study such things, Draven.
I'm studying Zephyros to see if I have any insight into how he feels about all of this.
I'm gonna snort at Nix. All powerful indeed, huh?
So where the green line is basically where
For the bag.
Amaranth had laid the pouch down. So with your Arcana check, Frantisek, you do know that pixie dust is an item that could be interesting. Nonetheless, it does come from the realms of the Fae, So yes, you know that pixel or pixie dust would be a type of item that could be found normally in the forest. Maybe some type of pixie treasure or something like that.
But I don't know what it would be used for.
With the check that you had, possibly, but with the roll that you had, no. But you've heard of pixie ducks, yeah.
All right.
It is definitely the only thing that you know is it can also be used with magic. It would coincide along with the magic that you would use. The pixie dust would somehow enhance it or corrupt it or something like that.
I told the group what I know about it.
All right, so.
Are we all good? Good, friends.
I just kind of shrug. I don't really know what to report as far as what I know about the pixie dust. So I guess I will say
or corrupt magic.
It can be used to accentuate or corrupt magic. But I don't know.
It's not going to blow up, is what I'm worried about, friend.
I suppose it might if someone casts a spell using it.
I love magic, says Zephyros. Thank you for your gift, little ones. I will put it with my other treasures. And then he asked if you could fetch it for him and put it on the table for him.
Can I ask a question, my lord Zephyros?
What's up,
distinguished ambassador?
What's up, Sandman? What's up, Pathfinder?
Dave, I'll send Dawnbringer to go flap over and pick up the pixie dust and drop it off at the table.
Is that the name of your
That's my familiar. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Dawnbringer.
I almost want to watch Lord of the Rings now with that epic name. I like it.
I thought it was who?
No, Dawnbringer.
Okay.
Ooh,
Distinguished guests, if I might ask a question, what does this bringing the world back to its primordial state, as you put it, what all does that entail, if I might?
Well, this is a plan that Jan C. Bin wants to see through, and as of the details, I cannot give to you, but I know that it is Jan C. Bin's wishes to return this world to its primordial state. That is all that I know for now, good man. So do you wish to join us as well, or it seems like you are showing some type of interest?
Yet, but if it's so secret, I would like to know what I was getting involved in before, committing oneself.
Well, we are always looking for memberships for the cult. I mean, for our group of howling hatred.
Adjust your mask, you let it slip there a little bit.
Yes, and you get a free complimentary bird mask with the every membership joining. Yes, just for 29 copper, 29 silver and 95 copper, you too can get one of these bird masks.
Does it come with a coupon for writing lessons?
No, but if you act now, we'll not only turn that one mask, but we'll turn that one mask into two masks and two cloaks. Different. I'm just kidding. This 4 o'clock commercial.
Your choice of dark brown or black.
But my lord Zephyros, this whole turning the world back to its primordial state has a rather ominous overtone to it.
It is a cleansing.
I am rather fond of the way the world is now. I mean, sure, we have our problems, but yeah.
Surely, holy man, you would love to cleanse this land to its primordial state, to make it pure once again.
The name Howling Hatred does not sound altogether too pleasant.
Amaroth, could I have a word with you in private in the corner?
Absolutely.